Well, we started a podcast. Pretty excited about it. We got lots of cool things coming up. I'm going to tell you guys all about it, what to expect, what the show's going to be like coming up next. Do you want to create, market, or scale your online fitness business? My name's Sean Garner, and here we give real fit pros the tips, tools, and strategies they need to succeed online. Welcome to the EntreFit Podcast. Well, guys, welcome back again and again, I guess, to the podcast. So I started the EntreFit Podcast, would have been almost 3 years ago, I believe, whenever I first started this EntreFit consulting company. And it fell off because I was not able to be consistent with it. I'm just being honest with you guys. Tried starting it again, wasn't able to be consistent with it. And I think one of the reasons why is because I was trying to make a show that I thought people wanted instead of making something that actually probably added value to them. So relaunching the EntreFit Podcast, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what you can expect and why I'm doing this. So I turned 35 last week. Feeling old. I'm getting the salt and pepper. Thankfully, my wife thinks it's kind of cute and everything. But I've been doing a lot of podcasts as a guest lately, almost 1 to 2 a week. And I've been loving it, loving connecting with other people and just sharing really good advice. I love the long form content. I love being able to just come on and talk about a topic. And so I wanted to do that. You really can't do that very well with an Instagram post, right? That's where probably a lot of people originally connected with me was on Instagram. And it's just a picture, people scrolling through, they're double tapping and kind of going on about their day. Been doing more on YouTube, but really excited about going in with the podcast because it's just a way for me to just share knowledge. And that's what I want this podcast to be. So might do a little bit of interviews, but I know the overall framework for what my goal of this podcast is going to be. It's going to be 2 episodes right now per week. And each episode is going to be less than 30 minutes. I say that, it doesn't mean that the episodes are going to be up to 30 minutes, or it means they'll be up to 30 minutes. But I never want to go over 30 minutes for an episode because the goal for this, I know who I love working with and who I'm passionate about. It is the real fitness professional. So you guys are busy. If you're listening to this and you are a real fitness professional, you're busy. You're probably listening to this in between sessions, maybe during your personal workout time, while you're driving to the gym, while you're working at your desk. And so I want to make sure that we respect and we value your time. And so we don't take a lot of your time up and that you take away actionable steps. So I want this to be very much a teaching episode. We will share success stories about clients we work with and other people that are doing cool things in the industry, but we'll keep the episodes always less than 30 minutes, even if we have to edit it into like a part 1 and part 2, just to make sure you guys can take action, get a few quick notes, and get on with your day. So while we're doing these episodes, I will always say, have a notepad ready, have the notes app on your phone, because my goal with them is to give you guys actionable steps that you as a real fitness professional can use to create, market, or scale your online fitness business. Maybe you're brand new to online fitness. You've been in the industry for a long time and you're looking to start this thing. Maybe you've got an existing online fitness business and you're just looking for some more tips and strategies of how you can market better. Or maybe you're just crushing it online, but it's crushing you. And so you're trying to find a way how you can scale what you're doing, scale your time so you can bring in more people to your offer, whatever you've created. So each episode, I want to give you guys some actionable steps that you guys can take and go on. So some of the episodes might only be 5 minutes, but like I said, we'll never go over 30 minutes because I want to be respectful of your time and give you some things that you need. So that's the overview of what to expect here with the EntreFit Podcast. So to kick it off, I want to give you guys the framework that I share with everyone to building a successful online fitness business, because I see this all the time whenever I'm working with a new client. They're typically, if they have an existing fitness business online and it's kind of just gotten flat, they're typically doing the right things, but they've done them in the wrong order. And that's why they're kind of running into these blockers. So maybe you've been trying to start your online business. Maybe you did something during COVID lockdowns, but it never really grew and it flourished. Most likely it was not because you were doing things incorrectly. You weren't doing wrong things. You were just doing them in the wrong order. And what I want to do is share with you my 3-step framework for what makes a successful online fitness business. And whenever you understand this concept, you're going to realize and understand exactly why the influencers are beating you online. When you understand exactly what the 3 steps are and the order that they must be done, you're going to see, oh, well, that's why the influencers are beating the real fit pros online. So it's not your fault to start off with, because I will say what most fitness professionals, real fitness pros do whenever they go online is they take what they did with their in-person business and they try to bring it 100% online in the same order. And although everything that you did to make you successful with your in-person business should be done online, it shouldn't be done in the exact same way. And let me explain. So the 3-step framework that I show everyone is community, offer, and systems. You need those 3 things to have a successful online fitness business. And they need to be done in that order. Because what most fitness professionals do is they do it in the opposite order, because that's what they did to build their in-person business. So let me explain. They start out most of the time with systems. So they think about their training system, the methodology that they use to get results for clients. Maybe they think about what gym they're going to work for, and that'll be their system, or maybe they did have the online business and they think about their online system. So I've got to build my website. I mean, how am I going to do like client fulfillment? I've got to think about like my email marketing and how I'm going to connect with my clients that way. And they think about all the systems that go around their business. Then the second thing they do is like, okay, I've got everything built out. I got my website. I've got my in-person business. I know what certs I'm going to teach. I know what gym I'm going to go work for. So what's my offer? And they figure out their offer. A lot of fitness professionals have never had to come up with their own offer before because they've been working for a gym that just told them what to sell. Hey, personal training is going to cost this price. Memberships is this. Group fitness membership is going to be this. It's included, whatever it is. But they were told what to do. Or if they did have to come out on it on their own, because they did go out and they were independent trainers, it was just based around the system that they created. Well, I'm a personal trainer, so everybody else in my area is charging, $120 an hour, so I'll charge $120 an hour. Everybody else in my area only charges, $75 a session, so I'm going to charge $75 a session, or maybe $70 because, I'll be the cheaper option. But that's a whole other thing of why we never want to do that. But they get all of their offers put together. So they've got their systems, they've got their offer, then they go, let's go find some clients now. Where's all the clients? I can't find any clients. It's because now they're having to work hard, because now think about how difficult your job is. You've got to find the world's perfect client that is looking for that offer that fits within that system that you've created. This is where most fitness professionals go wrong and why the influencers win. Those are the correct things to do, but in the complete opposite order. How I teach it and how I believe you should do it to build a successful online business for a real fitness pro is, number 1, build your community, 2, build your offer, and 3, then build out the systems of scale. So let me walk you through that same scenario, but in a completely different way. So the first thing is start with your community. You want to build an online community, a tribe of super fans, if you will. And these are the people that you're called to serve. This is where I think too many people listen to like the quote unquote internet marketing gurus and stuff and tell you which niches are going to give you more high ticket clients and stuff like that. I don't think that that's how it should be done. I believe that each and every person is called to serve somebody different. Maybe it's a similar demographic, but there's certain people that you're called to serve and others not so much. For me, for example, I serve the real fitness professionals. I'm not trying to make people more famous on Instagram or anything like that. I'm trying to help the real solid fitness professionals, which to me, that means career fitness professionals, people that know they want to do this for the rest of their life. They've been doing it for at least 2 years in person, and now they're trying to find ways to scale it in the online world. This is not somebody that just finished a cert. Maybe they're really fit themselves, so they have no cert and they just want to try and make money online. That's not what we do here. I work with the real fitness professionals. When I did my online fitness stuff, it was called Project Dad Bod. So I was working with dads that were 35 to 45 years old, that they had let the beer belly come on a little bit. They were probably former athletes in high school or college, and they wanted to train like that, but in a much more joint-friendly way. Workouts that could be done with minimal equipment, so they weren't missing out on more time with their family, so they could get back to ultimately being high performers at their job and better husbands and fathers. They weren't necessarily looking to be on the cover of a magazine, but they just wanted to look better for their spouse and be able to go to the kids' pool parties and be able to take their shirt off and not be embarrassed. So I was called to serve a specific demographic. I think that a lot of times people will they'll ask me questions like, well, who should I be working with online? Two things that I always tell people to kind of start the brainstorming process with building your online community is, number one, who is your favorite client? Like, if you look back of all the clients that you've worked with and trained before, who was the person that just like fired you up? If you could train them all day, every day, it wouldn't even feel like work. The time would just fly by and you would enjoy it. Then start thinking about what made that person so special. Like, what did you like about them? What resonated with about them that really drove you to them and made you feel connected with them? Then the second thing is, what type of client do you get amazing results with? Like, if a runner wants to lower their 5K time, somebody is coming back from like a post-op ACL, or like sports performance training, maybe it's a major transformation, like people that need to lose like 50 plus pounds. Like, what is the type of client when you get, you're like, yes, I'm going to crush it with this person. And I'm super pumped because I know I'm going to get great results. Those two are kind of the deciding factors of what direction you should start looking at with your community that you build online. Because when you're working with people that you love and you're doing something that you're just awesome at, you're going to love showing up to work every day. Because to build a community, guys, you have to show up every single day. And how we show up online is with our content. Your content helps to create, craft, cultivate, however you want to say, build your community online. You just can't say who you're working with and expect them to start coming to you. You have to, once you identify who you want to work with, you have to start creating content that adds value to them and attracts them into your world and positions you as the expert. It's really difficult to do that when you don't know who you're going to work with and speak to, because every language of every type of client is different. You could talk about longevity. You could talk about getting jacked, getting shredded, getting ripped, getting toned, getting lean. All of those words are going to attract and speak and resonate with somebody different. So you need to know who you're going after so you know words to speak with your content that's going to add value to them and bring them into your world. You have to show up every day. Imagine and how you show up, like I said, is with your content. Imagine going into a gym and trying to pick up clients and only being there 1 to 2 days a week. Probably not going to be very successful, right? And whenever a trainer is only showing up to the gym 1 to 2 days a week, and they go to the manager, they go to the GM, maybe they're an independent trainer at a studio, and they say, man, I'm really having troubles getting clients. The first thing that the leader is going to say is, well, how often are you spending time here? If I say, well, 1 to 2 days a week, that's obvious no-brainer. But for some reason, whenever it comes to online, fitness professionals don't think about that. Your clients don't know how awesome you are. They don't know the results that you get for people because they miss all those micro interactions that they have with you, that the people have the possibilities to have for you when you're online. Think about this. When you're in the gym, people can see you high-fiving other clients. They can see you going around and helping people rack weights, giving them quick fitness tips. They can see those things because you're there and you're showing up. People need to see that online. So that's you responding to comments. That's you answering questions for people. That's you being the one that is being helpful and it's adding value and giving good information to where you're positioning yourself as the expert online. That's the first step kind of in identifying your community and attracting to them and really building this online community. Think about this. That's what the influencers do. That's all they do is they post all this content, they build this tribe, they build this big following, and then once they do that, then we go to step number 2, which is create an offer. You don't create something and then try and build people around to come buy the thing, right? You build this community online, and as a real fit pro, you already have an existing client base that you can start marketing to because you've already kind of created this online community. But once you've created this community, you just got to bring them online. So once you create this community, then you create an offer. So the offer that you create is what serves and adds value and meets the need of the people that you're called to serve, your community. I see so many people, fitness professionals, whenever they're creating their online offer, they'll ask me, hey, is this good? Should I add this into my program? My answer is always the same. Well, it depends. Does this add value and serve your target market? I had a fitness professional just reach out to me today talking about they wanted to add all of this gut health training and holistic nutrition advice and everything into their online coaching program. They asked if I thought it was a good idea. And I said, it depends. Do the people that you're currently marketing to and trying to serve online, would they find value in that? It doesn't matter if I do. It doesn't matter if somebody else does. If that's not the people that you're already speaking to and bringing in, there's no point in creating it and building that offer out. whenever I started Project Dad Bod, my offer that I wanted to create was this custom app. Spent tons of money doing it, wasted a lot of time because whenever I went to launch it for these dads, they all hated it. They just wanted me to send them their spreadsheets, because these are all finance guys, and send them the YouTube videos because that's what they were used to working with. They didn't want to download another app. They didn't want to have to learn something else. But because I didn't take the time to actually ask my community what would best serve them, I'm like the tech guy. So I love the app. So I spent all this time, effort, and energy creating this thing, only to find out that they hated it. Learn from my mistakes, learn from my bad examples. Don't do that, guys. Once you build your community, then you know exactly what problem you solve for them, and then you package that together into an offer that adds value to them. So much that we'll cover in future episodes, guys, about these topics, your community and your offer, because there's so many questions I get all the time, like how do I price it? How do I stand out online? All that stuff. I promise we will get to in a future episode. So after we built a community online, then we've positioned an offer in front of them. Well, then the last thing you need is the systems. Once you know who you're called to serve and you know what offer and things that you're selling them, then you can build out the systems to support it. This is where we think about marketing systems, sales systems, client fulfillment systems, which that just means what happens after a client says, oh yeah, I love your training product and I want to buy it. How do you get them into your world, make sure that they get all the things that they need for onboarding, FAQ documents, waivers, all that stuff signed and automated. This is where you build your website. I see so many people make the mistakes of launching a website, and it's all about them. How do you know what words and sales copy to put on a website if you don't know who you're speaking to? Because I could sell you a 12-week program to get you summer shredded, to get you jacked, to get you lean, to get you toned, to increase joint longevity, to increase wellness. Those are all going to speak to completely different people. So don't waste your time building this website until you figure this stuff out. And if you've already done that stuff, guys, don't worry. Like we'll fix it. I'll show you all the things that you need to do. But you don't want to do that, and I don't let my clients do that until we figured out these other two things, because then it makes the website creation process and all these systems so much easier, and we're not wasting time. Because if you guys are anything like I was whenever I was starting my online business, I was doing tons of sessions, plus group fitness, plus managing and running a facility. It was way too much. I had to be very smart and efficient and strategic with how I built this online fitness business. So I built this framework out the hard way, by learning by all my mistakes, hiring other coaches, consultants, finding out what works, what doesn't work, and finding out what order things need to be done. If you guys want to be successful online, I promise you, this is the 3-step framework that you need to follow in this order in order to make it work. So just a quick recap over everything today, guys. Number 1, you got to know your community. You've got to build this community. You craft it. I promise you that it's already out there. There's people that are out there. One of my favorite quotes that I think about, there are people that are out there that are literally crying themselves to sleep at night, dealing with a problem that you have the solution to. It is, for me, this is my moral obligation. I did not want to start a podcast, but I feel morally obligated to serve and help the people that I'm called to serve, the real fitness professionals. So if I don't, I feel like I am doing a disservice to my creator. So I want to make sure that I'm serving you guys with that. You got the exact same thing. You've got people that you are called to serve. There are people that are crying themselves to sleep, dealing with self-confidence, dealing with lack of energy, dealing with just simple, maybe not so simple, but joint pain, body aches and stuff, just because of poor movement patterns that you guys know how to fix. So what a shame is it if we do not go out there and try and attract those people. So we create this awesome community. Then we're going to position an offer in front of them that adds value and it solves their biggest pain point, their biggest problem. It could be some custom program, that's online personal training, all the way down to, maybe it's just an ebook or a guide that gives them those quick wins. A lot of different ways to create an offer. I don't believe there's a one-size-fits-all approach to fitness or with business. I believe there's certain frameworks that you have to sit inside to get good results. And the same thing applies for fitness and for business. So people always ask me, am I a high ticket guy? Am I like a webinar guy? Like, what's your thing? Like, I don't have a thing. My thing is building successful, solid businesses. Now, I believe there's certain frameworks that you use to do that. But at the end of the day, it's your business. So it's about building a business that serves you and your goals. So after we've built this community, we've created this offer, then we just build and manage the systems around that support this business that we're trying to create. So that's a recap of everything today, guys. Like I said, this is it. This is the EntreFit Podcast. Hopefully this episode adds value to you guys. Got lots more to come. So please, please, please share this with your friends. Subscribe, like, share, comment if you're watching the video version. And we will look forward to seeing you guys soon. Love you guys. See you on the next one and have an awesome day.